Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Robin, this is Digital Wilds, and welcome back to Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door. In the last episode, we started making our way up the Glitz Pit rankings, and we have just reached the Major Leagues. So, next, it's time for us to start climbing the ranks and see whether we can make it to the top. Now that Edgar the Yoshi is on our team, we can zoom around the world a lot quicker. And our first protocol is the match reservation system. No hammering against the Tiny Spineys, that's going to be a problem, but we will do our best, and so we've got to only jump, which is going to mean I have to get Koops out to do some spike-free whacking of the enemies. The Thorny Demons, it is the Tiny Spineys. Let's have a look at these guys. Okay, these shouldn't be too bad. We're going to find a way to flip them over, or we can use our star power to take them out if it gets too bad. We can always recharge that in subsequent battles. First things first, going to need to swap out for Goombella and have her tattle them. Okay, so this is a red spike top. HP 5 and defense 4, that is really tough. We're going to need to find a way to get past it, or we can super guard our way to victory. No hammering allowed, so let's try an Ice Storm while we've got it on hand. There we go. Well, that buys us some time. If I can switch over to Koops, now that won't necessarily penetrate their armour. What I could do is try a gulp attack, see if that works. And there we go, 4 damage each, and they go down nice and easily. Thank you, Edgar, for the help. So there we go, rank 9, very nice indeed. Plus, in the Major Leagues, our fight money is actually significant. We get 11 coins for that battle, and that's enough to buy a couple of items and increase our coins quite significantly, considering that we blew all our money on investing in that oil venture in the Dry Desert just before this chapter began. Well, nothing for it but to keep climbing the ranks up to level 8, hopefully. And who's up next? It's the Shell Shockers. I imagine... Yeah, okay, no partners allowed. Right, in which case we're going to have to think about who we can use most effectively in the rear. However, given the opportunity to bounce around as Mario, that shouldn't provide too much difficulty. Got some extra BP that we can equip here, so I'm thinking about whether it's worth going over to Flower Saver just to increase the amount of attacks we can do with our flower points. But there are other options on the table. For this battle alone, I think multi-bounce might come in handy because we're up against a group of Koopas. I'm going to go for Happy Heart as well, just to give my HP a little bit of topping up. The Turtles of Hurtle, I quite like that line. I'm impressed with whoever did the localization for this game. Because there's quite a lot to it, and there's some quite sophisticated humour in there for something that's translated from Japanese. Now, I've just noticed the problem with not being able to use our partner is that technically tattle counts as an attack, so we're going to have to miss these guys out from our tattle log, at least for now. We can pick them up from the bin later if they're not available, or we might have to venture into the Pit of 100 Trials, but we're planning on going there anyway, so a quick multi-bounce to get us started, I think. And, yeah, Goombella's just going to have to guard, I'm afraid. Oh. I forgot these are the dangerous kind if you flip them over. That's not ideal. Still, at least I managed to super guard that first attack, and the second guy hasn't bothered to go for me, so let's give it a try with this one. And there we go, 2 successful super guards in a row. Alright then, I'm gonna say we're gonna need to start taking these guys out, so I wonder if there's an advantage in just going for the Earth Tremor. I don't think that'll take them out because I think they've got 8 HP, but it might as well make a start. There we go. So that takes out one of them at least, the guy in the rear, and then Goombella is just going to have to guard again, I think. Ah, well, he's back on his feet now, so that's handy. And it looks like our super guard can take him down. And with that, it should be trivially easy to just stomp this guy into the ground. There we go, so a bit of a tricky battle. Probably the first tough thing we've faced this entire tournament, but we got there without taking any actual damage, so clearly it wasn't that bad. And it looks like we've got another mysterious message from our curious interlocutor. Go to the watering hole outside the Glitz Pit from X. Okay, well, we've been there before. That's where that mysterious toad woman in the dress was hanging out, and King K wanted to sort of see what she was up to. Oh, what's going on here? So somebody's broken into the storage room. Heard a noise in there, but couldn't find anything. Interesting. Well, we don't have a key for that yet, but that is going to prove a point of interest down the line, I would have thought. Mr. Gonzalez, this is highly inappropriate. What business do you have here? Please, I must ask you to stay out of places where you have no business being. Well, it's not entirely illegitimate. I'm just trying to get out of the building, Jolene. I'm begging of you, please don't take my fighting championship membership. Also, while we're heading this way out of the Glitz Pit, hop on here, into the box, and we get ourselves our last stand badge, which is quite useful if you're playing a low HP run. Half damage received when you're in danger, which is under 5 HP for those uninitiated. Who's this fancy toad woman? This is Toodles the Toad. Yeah, she's quite fancy indeed. She appears to have the Norwegian Labour Party logo as her hair. Anywho, over to the pub, and the juice bar, this being the Western localization, they can't reference alcohol. I think in the Japanese it does just say bar on it. Hop behind the bar, by the way, and it's a star piece, and let's talk to this bloke. Okay. He's been left a package for us. Look for a thick-stashed man named Gonzalez and give him this. Well, that was easy. So our hammer power has now increased, and we've got access to the super hammer. So it's time to speak to Toadette again. Haven't seen her since Chapter 2. And we get a rather cool new technique, which is the super hammer technique. So basically, you whack and then rotate the analog stick, and you can now destroy large blocks, which opens up whole new avenues back in Rogueport as well as in this chapter. I got Gabora'd there, so I've had to skip through that tutorial again. And back to reality. So the most practical effect of the Hammer Whack 2005 is that we can use it in the Glitz Pit tournament. And we have ourselves another creepy email. Smash the blockade in the minor league locker room from X. Okay, well, we need to get into the minor league locker room first, so we'll go and see if we can find a way past the guards. Yes, apparently someone's put the word in for us so we can get into the minor league locker room again, which is handy. Thanks, security guy. And it's the Iron Harriers, bless them. Busted down to the lower leagues. Let's see what they have to say. If you want to fight outside the ring, I'll give you a fight, you big jerk. Well, that's too bad, because you're not near me in the rankings, so you're not allowed to fight me. Anyway, let's destroy your wall. Okay, so we've got a document up there we need to get down. Seems a bit out of range, but there are ways to get around this. So our first outing for some of Edgar's abilities in the field. There we go, the dubious paper is ours. A scientific paper on the crystal stars. Who'd be investigating those things besides us? They even took pictures. Fascinating. Well, back over to Goombella, the actual researcher on the team. And, uh-oh, looks like we've been spotted. Oh dear. We've been officiously chewed out for destroying the wall. And yeah, so Jolene is clearly in on whatever conspiracy is happening here, involving the crystal stars. Okay, so at least we know it's here, and I guess our only protocol now is to head back and test out our new Hammer Whack in battle. So over to the Major League locker room, and we'll be pushing our way up to rank number 7. Next opponent is the Poker Faces. Okay, no, can't attack for the first 3 turns. Alright, that's going to be annoying. We're going to have to sit and guard. I might as well hop into the bed quickly and recharge my FP in that case, because then we can bash our way through them with relative swiftness once that period is over. Aha, it's these guys from the Schwonk Fortress in the first level. As I recall, these were fairly easy if you had a power block, but I don't have a power block, so that might be... this might be one where we have to... super guard our way to victory. Not too hard to do, really. Okay, so can't attack the first 3 turns, in which case I'll just defend. And Goombella can defend too, and we'll see what they have to throw at us. Oh, brilliant! If we guard, they can't get through our defences, but we can super guard. So actually, not attacking the first 3 turns doesn't impinge on us as much as we thought. That's turn 2, so soon we can bash the shit out of them. Annoyingly, because they have prongs on their side, I can't actually test out my hammer because they'll just jab me if I try. However, super guarding does very nicely indeed. So there we go, 8 HP, 8 XP gained, and have not had to inflict violence. I'm hoping that counts as a adherence to the rules. Uh-oh. Looks like someone didn't take their defeat very well. We've been tag-teamed. Fine, well, we know how to deal with these guys. Hence why it was useful to charge up my FP. And not much else to do here other than rely on Edgar. Took a bit of damage there, but nothing the bed in the locker room won't fix. The Major League locker room, not where you guys are going, back down to the minors. And there we go, so basically that was just a bonus 10 XP. Okay, so we're up to ranking at number 7, excellent. So, quick jump in the bed just to heal up my partner. And, oh, something's occurring. Keep sticking your nose in where it doesn't belong and you are dead meat. Now that's interesting, because that's not in the same font as the other mysterious interlocutor. Well, that threatening letter doesn't really mean much in the absence of any instructions, so best push our way up to rank number 6, see how high we can climb. It's the fuzz. No items, okay, that's a relatively easy condition to meet. We don't tend to use that many of them anyway, and we've got a fairly good supply of powerful moves we can deploy. So these are some different types of fuzzies. There is a hyper fuzzy in green and a flower fuzzy in pink. The black fuzzy we have dealt with before. That hyper fuzzy with the item is going to be a problem, so first things first, I'm going to tattle on him because I really do not want to get stopwatched when there are things that can suck my HP out, especially when his attack is 3. That could chew through our HP at quite the rate. So he's going to be the first target, but a spin jump should take care of him relatively easily. Okay, so he's out of the picture. We get ourselves 6 XP. Normal fuzzies are always dealt with before. The flower fuzzies suck out our FP, which in a match where we're not allowed to use our items is quite a problem if we want to inflict damage at any sort of rate. So first things first, just tackle the flower fuzzy. Again, 3 attack, except that it is not inflicting damage to our HP at the moment. If it gets enough FP together, it will start doing more damaging attacks, so best take it out nice and quickly. And because we haven't had the opportunity yet, I'm going to finish off this guy with our hammer. And you'll see we now do 4 damage as standard rather than 2, which is very nice. Not least because the damage going up to 4 from the hammer attacks does improve our armor piercing capability quite a lot. Okay, so here's interesting. A fan has sent us a piece of cake. Well, never going to say no to free cake. And we fully recover, which is very nice, including our SP, so that's worth eating. And again, in the absence of any further shenanigans, let's head up to rank number 5, the Magikoopa Masters. Okay, ooh, no flower point usage. Okay, that's going to be a problem. But we could use everything else, so I'm sure we can find a way around it. Here we go. So these are some types of enemies we've not run into before, as is standard for the Major League, so we'll obviously be tackling our way through those at the first opportunity. So first up we've got the red Magikoopa with 4 attack power, which is fairly significant, but should be easy enough to power bounce to death. Bollocks, no, we weren't allowed to use FP, were we? Well, that's me screwing up this match. We might be in some difficulty anyway, frankly, if these guys are throwing everything they can at us. But nonetheless, even though I screwed up the match, it's an opportunity to get these guys in our tattle log. So final tattle is this green Magikoopa, who seems to be casting status effects on all its buddies. Yep, it can electrify them and make them invisible, both of which are very annoying because it stops us from attacking them. Still, first things first, take out this red Magikoopa. He's at least worth 4 XP. Ooh. Okay, Mario is becoming quite a bad way, so we might have to take some fairly drastic measures here to get him out of danger. But I can use items, and I've got a life shroom, so things aren't as desperate as they might have appeared. Okay, in which case we can just take out the green Magikoopa. Oh, good. There might be a way to tell the clones apart, but I'm not sure if there is. And given that we've already screwed up by using FP, I'm just going to do the sweep with the Coops, which is how you get through these things. There we go. Yep, there's the one at back. Now a nice normal jump should finish him off. And unfortunately, because I've screwed up and used FP, I'm not going to be able to advance a rank, so what I'll have to do is skip through the second battle with these guys, and I'll jump to when I've done that. Uh-oh. Oh no. This isn't what I expected. So finally Bowser's caught up with us, and yeah, we're no rest for the wicked, we are straight into a battle with him. Yes, you're going to destroy me, are you, Bowser? Well, first protocol on the route to my destruction is to tattle you. At this point, he's relatively tough. He's got 30 HP and he can inflict poison damage, and he's got 1 defense, so a nice power smash should open proceedings quite well, I think. Uh-oh. Mario's in peril, that's not ideal. In which case, I might just eat my shroom fry just to top my health up. Nice greasy meal for the plumber. Oh dear, and Goombella's been poisoned. That's less than optimal. Still, we can chip away at this guy's health, and using our new hammer, do some quite effective damage. When he does the jump attack, he's very easy to super guard in a way that he's not with his other attacks. Not quite sure why. There we go, down to 10 HP. Should be relatively easy to take out. Especially when he keeps doing the jump attack, giving us more room to damage him. Now, if we don't cure the poison from Goombella, she's going to die. So it's a case of getting this guy out of the match before that happens, I think. Another nice easy jump attack. You are making this too easy for us, Bowser. And a simple whack should do the job. There we go. So avoided death and managed to get ourselves another 15 XP. Very welcome at this point because we're nearly up to another level. So our ranking's risen to 5 anyway, despite us not meeting the rules of the match, which was a bit odd. So I'm just going to top up my health and then see what the match system gives us next time, because it might be that we have to fight the guys lower down again. Yeah, so we're up against the Magikoopas again, and I'm not allowed to attack, so my partner has to do the job, in which case I'm just going to switch over my badges. So only my partner can attack, Mario has to run support. Now, fortunately, because we've boosted Goombella's attack power, we can do a multi-bonk to inflict some serious harm fairly early on. So down goes the green Magikoopa, no status effects for us. And while Mario can't attack, he can certainly defend. So hopefully won't inflict... So that's annoying. Defense boosted for the white Magikoopa. who seems to be the damage dealer of this bunch. So I guess our task is going to be to take out the red one so they can't get further status boosts. Yeah, just another defend for Mario, I think. Successful super guard against magic there, that's quite hard to do, and only one turn until our we can get through that guy's defences, but because we've got a power plus P, Koops should be able to do some damage anyway. Only one, but it's nice to see. Oh, good. Well, couldn't have been better timed. Quick power shell just to weed out the imposter, and there we go, we found him. Again, have to wait a little while to take him out, because Mario can't... Oh, you're kidding me. There we go, well, at least we're chipping down the health a little bit now. Mario not being able to attack is actually quite a handicap, it turns out. Especially when he does things like this. Because I don't have the flower points to do another big sweep attack. So I'll just have to keep working my way through them, I suppose. There might be some sort of tell with the sprites, but I haven't managed to figure it out if there is one. Oh, we're getting a free mushroom from Luigi in the crowd there. Clearly not that busy on his adventures in the Waffle Kingdom. Annoyingly, we have not managed to weed out the imposter yet. There we go, finally taking them out, and with that we can now advance to rank 5. And more importantly, get ourselves up to the next level. So once again we'll be levelling up BP, because it is by far the most valuable stat to have. Now to attend to our badges. Now, having Power Plus P equipped is very useful. I do like it. There are other badges I would like to have on hand. Power Bounce is pretty much a must. So it's down to whether I can unequip some of the others. Pretty lucky, nice to have, but not really vital because I can do guarding and various other bits. Power Smash is always useful for armor piercing rolls. And Last Stand probably useful because we're getting to situations where I'm getting knocked down to danger quite frequently now, so that'll probably do the job, and we can afford to then keep our partners at +1 attack, which is a very, very handy boost. Okay, so who's up next at number 4? Crawdaddy. I believe this involves Chain Chomps. And he apparently wants us to use special moves, which is a good excuse in my view to use the star attacks that we can just wipe them out in one turn with. Oh no, it's not Crawdaddy, it is one of these guys. We beat up one of them in the first tutorial bit of the game. He was Gus, and this is apparently like a dark evil version of Gus. Okay, so obviously, traditionally, we start these things off with a tackle. Dark Craw, 20 HP and 6 attack. We're getting up to the serious ranks of this Glitz Pit now, so we've got to get ourselves started with a star move. Now, an Earth Tremor would only do 6 XP, so I'm tempted to do Clock Out because we never really used this one, so it'd be a good opportunity to show it off. This will hopefully immobilize him for a few turns. So basically, wherever the bomb is, you've got to mash the button to get it up to maximum, and then keep it on the target we want to hit, which we've managed to completely knock out the audience there, so we completely failed on that star move. We did, however, use it, so that's met our expectations, and now because Goombella can't jump on enemies, we're going to have to use Koops. Well, now the audience are awake again, that does at least boost our star power a bit, so we can at least give it another try later in the match. He doesn't have any defense points, so although he's got relatively high HP, you can sort of whack him down fairly quickly. Plus, quite easy to super guard. Oh, managed to get nailed by a spear there. Not ideal, but this should do the job. And with 10 extra XP in hand, we are back in the locker room. It's up to number 4 in the rankings. We're doing pretty well as these things go. And yep, another creepy message. Go to the telephone booth out on the pavilion. This is again from our friend, who is not the one sending us threatening messages. And you'll remember the telephone booth because it's where we called Mayor Croup from... Oh, Hello, who's this? Rawkhawk's got some advice. If you keep stealing the spotlight from me, you're going to enter a world of hurt. Well, I'm sorry, you're just going to have to do battle with me in the honourable tradition of the Glitz Pit. He does seem to just disappear down this corridor. You can't quite tell where he goes, because I think his room, the champion's room, is at the end here. In any case, not much that we can do about that, so we'll just have to go out and check out the telephone booth where we found a hidden star piece last episode. Okay, here we go, a mysterious key, a storage key. Not sure how we know it's the storage key, might have a tag on it or something. But clearly X is watching us from somewhere nearby. Okay, so here we are. Unlock the storage room and let's see what horrible secrets lie within. Ah, well we saw her hang out in the lobby, so it's no surprise that she's here. So she's not intrinsically involved in this plot, but we are going to run into her again later, I'm sure. Anywho, another creepy message from X. Find the staircase switch to reach the attic. Now, there is a switch for the staircase, but it's hidden in an unusual location. Now, these boxes would appear to be impenetrable, but if we use Flurry to our advantage, we can uncover the blocks within and get a charge P badge. That's useful if you're using your partners for things like multi-bonk, or you want to deal lots of damage at once. And if we whack our way through these obstacles, all will be revealed. Another great paper effect there that we don't encounter much throughout this game, but nice touch. And as well as the rather obviously placed Shine Sprite, we haven't encountered many of them this level. We find ourselves a couple of objects of interest. We've got a locked door there, which we don't have a key for. And we've got ourselves a gap here, which our new friend Edgar will be useful for getting over. There we go. So, smash this block, and a hole is revealed. And of course, before we go down that, we'll be hovering over there to get that HP plus P. Now that is a useful badge because unlike HP plus for Mario, you can't just affect your partner's HP by leveling. You have to do it through Shine Sprites, and if you don't have enough of those, you can't otherwise boost your partner's HP, and you might want to boost it beyond what the Shine Sprites allow. So anyway, down the hole. Vents in these fictional worlds are always conveniently large enough to accommodate the protagonist. Mario is a short guy, so maybe that's helping him in this instance. So Grubber's mad that Jolene didn't find anyone. So King K has disappeared. And he's been deleted from the records, so him retiring is not the whole story. Yeah, so all is not as it seems in the Glitz Pit. So clearly Grubber's up to something sinister. Oh dear. So we've got to choose what noise to make. Well, there's interesting. So first things first, we've got to find our way out of here. That will involve a quick trip down the vent. And this gets us back into the storage area. Nothing else for us to do for now, but to keep on battling up the ranks. Hammer, Bammer, and Flare. We are up against some Hammer Bros and their ilk. So again, not attacking for the first 3 turns. A pretty annoying condition, if I'm honest, but we are at pretty high health. Might as well just pop into the bed for a quick snooze before the bout and top up. Sorry, security guy, you're going to have to wait. And we'll pop Coops out in front just to eat some of the damage. So Hammer Bro, a Boomerang Bro, and I think they're called a Flare Bro. They're not something that really come up very much. Oh dear, an Ice Storm. That is a problem because we can't attack in the first 3 turns. So I'm just going to put everyone into defense mode and we're just going to eat the damage and hope that we can get away with not suffering too much. Interesting that he didn't use the Ice Storm. Yeah, the Boomerang Bros are annoying because they get basically 2 rounds of attacks in. They don't do no damage either. Although we can negate the Boomerang Bros attacks, so that's something. Oh no, on the 3rd turn of our not attacking he's used the Ice Storm. Well, let's hope we don't get frozen. We both got frozen. For a not insignificant amount of time, frankly. Thank goodness we got the close call badge equipped. Oh. Okay, well that's Mario out, but we do have a life shroom, so he does get healed at least, and now we can attack. This is... Ugh. Yeah, I don't like how close this is getting, frankly. Well, at least we can now swap out Coops before he dies and get Goombella in so she can do some tackling. So Hammer Bro, we know these guys. 1 defense and 7 HP. Not enough for us to get through in 1 round, really. Might be able to power bounce him. Perfect. Okay, so that's 1 source of damage down. And Goombella can eat the rest. Super Guard there, and Tattle for the Flare Bro, whatever he's called. Fire Bro. Okay, now slightly less damage, but can inflict fire, so that seems a reasonable trade-off. Gonna have to be another power bounce to take this guy out. Ah, only managed 6 there, not ideal. Also, can attack 6 times in a turn? Yeah, Goombella not coming off that well here. At least we'll have the opportunity to take out the Fire Bro, and then the Boomerang one doesn't deal too much damage. It attacked twice, but only does 2, so that's tolerable. Okay, there we go. Oh, that was not a good round. Okay, well, I'm not leaving anything to chance. Apparently I am, because I can't do a multi-bonk. I don't think it's mathematically possible for him to kill Mario, so I can afford to just take him out the old-fashioned way. Oh, brilliant. Unless I hit... Yeah, I was worried I was going to hit the green there. Okay, so we're both in danger. This isn't ideal, but Head Bonk should finish him off. Okay, and that was a tough one, but 21 XP, so moving us up towards the next level. If we can get another 3 badge points, we can equip some extra defensive badges, which might be worth having for the last couple of battles in this chapter. Okay, so up to rank 3, which is pretty good. Another creepy message for us. Last warning, stop snooping around about the Crystal Star. Okay, there's interesting. So, the angry person knows about the fighters and the Crystal Star. Interesting. Well, quick trip to bed just to heal off our wounds from the Hammer Brothers. Provided we don't get into the horrible stipulation of this battle, this should be easier. Chomp Country, just, yeah. Oh, wrap it up in 5 turns or less. Dead easy. Okay, so we don't have to worry about too much there. Oh, hello, what's going on here? Second cape, you say? Well, probably shouldn't have this now. I am very much on a diet. No, I'm just kidding. The cake is actually poisoned. The first cake is fine. The second one, if you eat it, I think it knocks your partner out of the next battle, so you have to do it alone, which obviously makes things significantly harder. A nice little plot point, though. And I think I did eat it the first time I played this game. but you learn after that. So these are red chomps, they're not full strength chain chomps. I think they only have 5 HP, and they're quite easy to super guard against, so they shouldn't be too bad. That guy's got a power plus, so we're going to need to take him out fairly swiftly. In fact, this might call for an earth tremor. Oh, attack. Oh, HP 6, attack 5, defense 3. Okay. So that is pretty tough. I am going to attempt the earth tremor. Might as well wrap this up in the first turn. But obviously we'll need to get the perfect timing on this to get the full 6 HP damage. And there we go, nailed it. You'll note that it's the peg that holds them in the ground that appears to be the hitbox for those enemies. Strange decision. Okay, so an easy storm to rank 2, and something appears to have happened to our co-combatant in this Major League locker room. Yeah, he ate the cake, body went numb, never eat cake again. Well, it's probably good for his health to do that. Poor guy. Shell shock. Totally on top of his game, yeah, of course. It's a strange omission, that, because usually there's context-sensitive info for characters who've undergone some kind of special event. Okay, next up, we are up against the Cooperator. Now, there's interesting, because we're going to want to scan this guy with Tattle, but Goombella is not really the best person to be leading the charge with, so whoever we go into this with is going to have to be who we stick with for the battle, and I'm tempted to make it Coops, but I think we can do enough damage, given the absence of any other stipulations, just with Goombella. So we'll go with her, and we'll get the Tattle, and Mario could be the damage dealer. If we had level 2 Goombella, so she could use Rally Wink, that wouldn't be a problem, because then she could give Mario an extra turn. This guy is no joke, as we'll find out when we tackle him. He has very high HP, quite high defense, and quite high attack. So he's a Dark Koopa Troll. 25 HP, 5 attack, defense 2. So, and he can also charge up his attacks, which makes them, I think, do 9 damage, something like that. Still, we'll do what we can. So first things first, Power Smash to start working out that HP. And 4 isn't too bad. That's 1/6 of his health now. But as you'll see, he can really start inflicting some damage. Now I wonder, if my partner dies, am I allowed to swap them out? Probably not. Still, if things get desperate, I'm going to start using Goombella to appeal so that I can use more Earth Tremors. Not going to try and be clever with super guarding here. It's just going to be a case of guarding so that I can minimise the amount of damage I take. And that does at least take 2 damage off, so we can survive a significant amount more. Yet another Power Smash. Should get him down to 13. There we go. And that attack's not so bad because it only affects 1. But still. Defend there, and I think it's... we're getting thrown a heart point there, so I'm going to hold on for that. Yep, nice top up for Goombella. Is it worth attempting another clock out? I think it is. Let's try and immobilise this guy. That will buy us some time. So basically, you've got to, I got this wrong last time. You've got to mash the button that the bomb is on, that you want it to be on, to keep it there for when it explodes. There we go. And there we go, we have immobilised him for 2 turns. Okay, well that's something. Let's appeal so we can start getting those star points back from another Earth Tremor. And Mario can start dishing out the pain. Doing the stylish moves, of course, gets the star points back as well. There we go, the last of our FP. So after this we're going to have to start doing things a slightly slower way, but we have now got him down to 5 HP, so we're on the way. Okay, he's back on his feet, but putting Bella into defense mode, that will help her survive the coming storm. 3 more turns should be what it takes to take him out. Or I could Earth Tremor and cheat my way out. Okay, he's on +5 attack power, in which case I am going to Earth Tremor because I can't necessarily survive another attack. So, yeah, I'm going to have to do this the cheating way. Fortunately, getting the 3 HP damage required from this shouldn't be too much work. That should technically do it, but I'm going to keep going just to make sure. Now, I'll mess that up, didn't quite get the full 6, but 5 should be more than adequate. And down he goes. And that officially makes us #1 in the Glitz Pit, so the only obstacle remaining is Rawkhawk the champion. But of course, it's not going to be as... remove the Great Gonzalez posters in the lobby. Okay. Well, that's easy enough to do. Just going to quickly top up on my stats because we're running low on HP and FP. Okay, so all of them you say. Clearly we have been... I'm not sure how that text could possibly read Great Gonzalez, because the words are the wrong length. But we know how to remove posters at this stage. That's all the ones on the ground floor, I think. And then there's a couple up here on this balcony as well. The last one. So what's going to happen now? Aha! Storage key. So that should take us back into the second room that we had in the storage facility that we couldn't get into before because we didn't have the key. So easy enough. So back upstairs and through this giant comedy padlock. And once this block's out of the way... Uh-oh. This isn't good. Bandy Andy and King K crushed beneath a block in the hidden bowels of the fighting centre. Don't get near the ring when no one is around. Well, there's a clue. I think we should go and hang around the ring when no one's around. Also, Jolene's at the door, and what's she been up to? So she and Grubber are both intimately involved in this, clearly. Well, nothing for it. Let's try and get into the ring. Oh, no, can't do that. Okay, well, maybe we should just apply for another match. Worth a go. Here we go, the title match up against Rawkhawk. He used at least one special move. Okay, well, that's easy enough to do. Getting taken to a different part of the ring, eh? I totally trust this move. And yeah, we're in a cruddy old abandoned minor league locker room. So someone doesn't want us to get in and fight Rawkhawk. So it looks like, yep, we are locked in. There is shenanigans afoot. If we don't show up for the match soon, we're going to have to forfeit. So first things first, we got to get out of here. And doesn't look like there's anything you can do over this side of the room, but there's a Princess Peach poster here. Clearly a recycled asset from Petalburg, but not something I particularly mind. So we've got a secret TV room with some snacks back here. It's a style of assets which show up again in the next chapter, but again I think it's just a recycled thing, because they're kind of out of style with the rest of them. We've got an abandoned Major League locker room here. Nicer, but still empty. And yeah, toilets here, which have human male-female symbols on them. I don't know if you noticed, despite the fact that Mario is the only human in the Mario universe that we know. Well, there's Luigi and Wario and their ilk, I suppose. And yes, of course, because this is the puerile, irreverent game, we get to flush ourselves down the loo. Not sure how that doesn't damage Paper Mario, but nonetheless. So here we are in the Major League locker room. And it's time for us to head out and face our music. And here we are, out into the ring, late but fashionably so. And it's time for us to beat up on Roadhog. So use at least one special move. Well, I'm sure I can handle that. First off, though, got to find out about... so okay, we at least discover some of the mysteries. Roadhog sent us the poison cake and locked us up, but he doesn't know about the crystal star. Now, there's interesting. So there's at least 3 players in this mystery. So first things first, a tattle. 40 HP, attack 4, defense 0. Now, defense 0 is handy because it means we can whittle down his health fairly swiftly, but he's not to be trifled with nonetheless. So, start off assuming to go on by stomping on his head. And he is again quite easy to super guard in that regard, so there's something. Quick multi-bonk should start whittling him down. There we go, down to 25 HP already. Can't quite use that special move yet because we haven't got the star power, but Power Smash should inform him of our intentions. Also gives us lots of opportunity for stylishes. Now, unfortunately, what he can do is, yeah, that quite powerful attack. Oh, I managed to screw up the multi-bonk there, leaving us with very few in the way of FP. Okay, so what he does now is brings down this rail, which makes him quite difficult to jump on, as I recall. Also brings all the bloody light bricking down on our heads. Yeah, so now can't head bonk him, which is a bit of a problem. Flurry can attack him though, I think, because she can attack mid-air. First time we've used Flurry in combat, I think. Her attacks are mediocre, which is why I don't use her, but 5 damage there isn't bad. And going to have to use that special move, so just a quick sweet treat to top up Mario's HP, can't go amiss. Quite a kind roll on this one so far. Only managed to hit 1 poison shroom. Oh, and 2. Getting the FP topped up is not a bad thing, even if the flurry HP is largely useless to us. Right, there we go. So we've passed the criteria for the battle. And Flurry can eat the damage. She's a cloud, so I don't know why she's vulnerable to kind of physical attacks, but nonetheless, I'll let Goombella do the honours. And there we go, down he goes. So only 12 XP for us, which is not very high at all for a boss fight, but we'll see why that is shortly. And this makes the Great Gonzalez the Master of the Glitz Pit. But as we discovered earlier in the chapter, all is not as it seems. That Champ's Belt is not what we need as a Crystal Star. It just looks like a Crystal Star. So Jolene's going to show us around the Champ's room, which is very nice. Okay, so we've got the golden terminal. Obviously, it only allows us to battle with lower ranked opponents, so it's not particularly useful. By the way, once you've beaten the Glitz Pit and done Chapter 3, you can always return and do it again. It's a bit of a shame, though, because it's just doing the same enemies again, with the exception of Sir Swoop. So it's not all that entertaining, really, which is a bit of a shame, because I would have preferred it if there was like a secret second ranking of enemies you could go through. Find the ghost in the champ's room. Okay. The ghost, you say? Well, got a giant portrait of ourselves in sort of extravagant Boris Vallejo style over our bed, which is nice. And this champ's bed, you'll see, restores star points, which is good. But what else is there? So we can't blow away the artwork of us, sadly. Would have liked to have the Raw Cork artwork. But clearly what we can do next is hop up on this pile of presents. Clearly they were meant for Raw Cork because I don't see us ever opening them. And make our way over here. And bash our way into the vents. I'm not sure what it meant by the ghost in the champ's room. Okay, so King K figured out what Grubber was up to, and he's disappeared Prince Mush, the first champion, as well as Bandy Andy and King K. So now we can break into Grubber's office, and it's our first time in here unaccompanied. So there's actually 2 desk drawers. One of them contains a star piece. One of them contains this document. Unfortunately, we got the wrong drawer, which I think means we get walked in on fairly initially. So we can't now go get that star piece. I'll have to go back and get it at some point. Oh dear. Yep, so off he goes. Oh no, so we do actually get back in control, so we can explore the second drawer. There we go, the star piece is ours. But now it looks like we're up for the final confrontation. So I am up to full star power, up to full HP, and up to full FP. So onto the floor of the arena we go. Curiously, this place has cleared out, clearly after the champ battle was over. By the way, I think if you go behind the ring, there's a star piece back here. Or possibly not. Clearly I was wrong. Also, I think there's meant to be a door here, but you can't actually use it when you're inside the empty Glitz Pit. Clearly it's its own room. Anyway, enough procrastinating. Let's go beat up Grubber. It shouldn't be too hard, ostensibly, but unfortunately, much like Tubba Blubber in the first Paper Mario, there is more to this than meets the eye. Yep, he's got a Crystal Star-powered Doom machine, which turns him into a quite formidable fighter. Somehow it scales up his clothes as well. Macho Grabber is the real boss of this chapter. Now he can power up his stats, which is the main threat he poses to us. So I'll just quickly tattle on him. 60 HP, which is very high, attack 4, defense 0. So again, he can multiply the amount of times he attacks. That's also really dangerous. So we need to be careful here, and nothing we can do for now, but get started on inflicting some hurt. Let's see the first of his power-ups here. Yep, so he's got more attack turns, which is a problem for us. But our multi-bonk is making decent work of him. We're a quarter of the way through his health bar already. And why not have another power bounce while we're at it? There we go, 23 damage in the first couple of turns, not bad at all. And now 2 stacked power-ups, that could be a problem. +3 defense especially. because we don't yet have a armor-piercing move on either Mario or any of his partners. Managed to super guard there though, so not too bad. I think Koops is going to be the only one who can do damage through that boosted defense because he's up 3. So Koops can do an attack of 1. Mario might as well get an Earth Tremor in. Or no, actually, it's probably better if we do a clock out and sort of paralyze him so his boosts wear off. There we go. If we can keep him pinned. Oh, it didn't do a thing. Uh-oh. +3 offense makes him very dangerous. Right, fingers crossed for super guard. Ah, yeah, well done, Koops. And now his extra attack power and his extra defense have worn off, so we can at least harm him again. So thank you very much for your duty, Koops, but it's back over to Goombella, the damage dealer. Actually, no, we can swap as many times as we like, can't we? What a show of Edgar. We don't really use his other attack much, but ground pound from him is probably quite good when we've got partner power up. Mainly because this is like a multi-bonk, but doesn't cost any FP, so... There we go, taking him down fairly swiftly at this point. Only 25 HP remaining. Unfortunately, he's now even more macho. +3 attack, that's really not good. Haha, another successful super guard though. We managed to avoid getting hit this battle. Plus, still has no defense, so ground pound continues to be quite useful. And there we go, down to 15. Things might start getting pretty desperate soon. Double attack turns, not good, but as Chernobyl said, not terrible. Ah, bugger, another +3 defense, which means we might have to go over to Koops. Oh, finally got hit. Sorry, Edgar. Your first time out in the world. You've barely existed outside of this Cloud City, and so far you've been stomped on by loads of enemies. Yeah, not much I can do until the defense boost wears off, so I suppose I can give him a hammering for 1 HP. Oh. Oh dear, +4 attack power. That's not good, is it? No, it's not. Oh, plus Koops has been knocked over, so I can't swap him out, actually. I think I can. Plus the defense boost is worn off, but that sadly has used Goombella's turn. Well, not the end of the world. Defense boost worn off means I can take him out now. There we go. And with that, Grubber is down. So a very healthy 31 XP from that takes us up to a new level. And that will mean more badge points for us, please. So this is interesting. Mario's become a B-list star. Basically, this changes the stage set on which you're battling. We'll be able to have more people. So currently, we're going to have 50 in the audience. We'll go up to 100, and this basically levels up every 10 levels. So this means we're at level 10, I think, and there'll be more sort of stage effects that can happen, like buckets dropping from the ceiling. There'll be more kind of intricate stuff like that. And so at level 20 we become an A-list star, and at level 30 we become a superstar. We might not see level 30 because that's quite high, even for sort of beating the game, but we'll do our best. So Jolene turns out is a good guy. She's the sister of Prince Mush, who was the first champion, and she clearly has found out what Grubber was doing and worked to undermine him. So she was X, Grubber was the threatening emails, and then Rockhawk was the other sabotage. So Grubber had Mush killed, as we expected. This is all quite dark, you know, sort of world of organised crime in blood sports. But turns out the crystal stars are so powerful they can revive the dead. Shame they can't do that for me when I am killed by enemies. But we're not going to address that too much. Well, here we go. So that's the third of the 7 crystal stars. We are approaching the halfway mark. Star power is now 4, and we have power lift. So based on the power sucking machine that Macho Grabber had, we can now increase our stats mid-battle, so we can boost attack and defense of Mario and his partner. So there we go, the end of Chapter 3. And it's now an appropriate time, I think, to leave you there. So Glitzville's seamy underside was a dark, dangerous place seething with conspiracy. With the help of the lovely Miss Jolene, Mario revealed Grabber's true identity and acquired the 3rd Crystal Star by defeating the monstrous Macho Grabber. Grabber had used the power of the Crystal Star to run his power-draining machine. What other hidden powers might these strange and mystical items possess? Chapters 4 through 7 will show. Now, I'm going to leave you there, so tune in next week for more Mario 1000 Year Door. I will also be trying to post some stuff midweek. Sorry it's been a little bit dry on that front recently. I basically started working increased hours at work, which has meant I have had less time for video creation, but I'm still trying to do at least 1 a week, and it will hopefully be making 2. So thank you again for watching. If you'd like to subscribe and help me grow the channel, that would be very great, and you can also subscribe to me on Patreon at patreon.com/digitalwilds. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.